Well, that was a short trip. There goes Marine One and a decoy and a staff helicopter back to Camp David after about 3 or 4 hours in Washington, D.C. Good morning on a pretty boring, what is it, Tuesday? Yeah, it's a Tuesday. And frankly, there's not much going on in the city. Joe Biden came in yesterday for a quick statement and then immediately went back to Camp David. The Congress is out. The House and Senate are not in Washington, so they won't be doing anything. And I just learned the Vice President, well, she's packing her bag. She's off to Singapore and Vietnam this weekend. So we're not going to see any of those kind of people. Still, though, it's Washington. There might be something interesting we can find. I'm on a bike. We're going to head down, make our way towards, well, we'll go past the White House, but not much to see there today. Probably go up to the Capitol, get some lunch, and, well, just see if we can discover any stories while we look around. It is a big city, after all. So I don't think this neighborhood is protected by historic zoning, so you do see some new houses like this white one that have popped up in this neighborhood. On the other side of the cathedral, that part of the neighborhood is historic zoning, and as a result they can't tear down or do much. They have to build within the existing confines and even to like certain standards of architecture. But I think down here it's open. All right, we've got a bike over here on the left, if I'm not mistaken. There it is. This, by the way, is the back side of the Vice President's house, the back of the Naval Observatory. You can actually see sometimes, like George Bush used to go for walks out here when he was the Vice President, and Joe Biden would go for runs around this like running track / perimeter road. Alrighty, what we got going on here? No protests today. We've seen protests maybe 3 or 4 times in the last 6 months here. There's the Norwegian Embassy. Norwegian One, which is what I nicknamed the Norwegian official bicycle, is not in the parking lot, so maybe the ambassador's out for a ride. And there's the Vice President's house. They're probably down at the office right now. There's the Vatican's Embassy. Though it has a different name, I can't really pronounce it all. It's really kind of complicated. The Finland Embassy, the happiest people on earth, according to the polls. The Finns. And we're going to make our way down. Now, a lot of you have been asking me about the British Embassy. I'm not entirely sure why. I've shown you the British Embassy pretty much every day for 7 or 8 months now. We've gone past the British Embassy. It's been under renovations for, well, basically since COVID struck. A lot of the embassies are being renovated. The British Embassy and the British Ambassador's place, which is the residence is next door, are both fully under renovation. As are a whole bunch of other embassies on this street. Zambia, Cameroon, Norway was being renovated just recently. When there's no tourists around, well, your business is quite reduced, yeah? So take advantage of it. So here's the Limeys. It's the British emblem. I got a couple Land Rovers today with diplomatic tags. Maybe some diplomats have actually shown up again. I mean, come on, it's the British Embassy. You think they're going to drive Suburbans? No, get a Land Rover, yeah? Here's the British Ambassador's residence. Also totally gutted, as it has been for months. Months and months. South African Embassy. The former Iranian Embassy. What's interesting is there's so much construction that's been going on at the former Iranian Embassy. We've seen crews there for, well, months. I've been told they're just trying to just keep it maintained status, you know, like it doesn't fall down or anything. That's the Iranian ambassador's pad. Also been empty since the revolution in Iran. Let's go down and check the Afghanistan Embassy today, see how they're doing. Wasn't much going on yesterday. There were a lot of cars out front, but maybe that's just normal for them. Big truck. We're going to take the sidewalk. If we can get the light. Yeah, we got the light. We'll go spook the Secret Service outside of Obama's place because they always look at me funny. And up we go. That was Obama's place. And this is Ivanka Trump's house. I showed you this the other day. And over here on Wyoming Avenue is where we're going to find the Afghani. There's the Afghani Embassy. Still pretty much the same number of diplomatic cars. And the Afghani flag still flying, though we'll see what happens. Some guys out front. Let's go down this way. Hang on a second. I think it's this one. Yeah, that's the Principality of Monaco, the Embassy of Monaco. The Embassy of Monaco, which is located right over here with that white car. That is where Senator Warren Harding lived before he became President Warren Harding. So that's a former president's house, now working as the Embassy of Monaco. Whoops, dropped the camera almost. And then 2215. Is it this one? I can't exactly remember. William Howard Taft lived in 2215 until the day he died, and I think it was that. So William Howard Taft was the 27th president of the United States from 1909 to 1913. But after he was president, he went on to live in that house until he died. I think he died about 1930. Oh, we got some police activity up here. Probably a guy running stop signs, making with a camera. That's what they're after. More embassies over here. Don't know what flag that is. That's the Russian, was the Russian Economic and Trade Consulate Office. That's where they did, well, according to the Cold Warriors, that's where they did all their economic espionage. That building back there in the background, that's the Wyoming apartment building. That is where Eisenhower used to live. Dwight Eisenhower lived there while he was a military officer, a young military officer. All right. And of course, this is the Hilton Hotel where President Reagan was, attempted assassination took place of President Reagan at the Hilton Hotel. There's a lot of cops on this street. I'm starting to wonder if we're going to get a motorcade or something, or if they're just going out to get lunch. I would like to get off this street. Go down here. Oh, no, there's a big line today at the COVID testing facility. A pop-up COVID test over there. I think they must pop up like every Tuesday and Thursday or something. You can also get tested at fire stations in DC, certain fire stations. Numbers are going up slightly in DC like the rest of the country, and DC is still better off than some parts of the US as a per capita, etc. But they do worry. Oh, they're fixing Jackson Place today. Oh, I just got the red light. Bummer. So we saw them redo Pennsylvania Avenue yesterday. Today it's Jackson Place getting a fresh, clean coat of asphalt. Wow, these brakes are a bit loud. There's a TV crew. And there is the White House. Pennsylvania Avenue is still closed. I think it's going to be closed for a while. I am getting reports that they have a heightened sense of security right now. Not sure if that's true, but I am getting that report. And there does seem to be a little bit more activity outside. The White House, as you can imagine, has different threat levels based on current assessments. You know, is there a domestic terror threat? Is there an international terrorist threat? Is there a threat to the computers? Is there a whatever? And then they adjust accordingly. Oh, wow. Is that open? The Big Red One is actually open? That's very rare. You can go up to the Big Red One Memorial today. That negates the idea that there's a security issue. Let's take a look. Yeah, I guess we can go down this side. I've not gone down this side in a long time. But I can show you guys the Big Red One. The 1st Infantry Division, one of the very celebrated divisions in the march through Europe in World War II. Their memorial is right here next to the White House. They were known as the Big Red One. And you can see the red flowers in the shape of a giant number 1 here in front of the memorial. I didn't know this was open. I'm gonna have to turn around now because it is a dead end. Maybe, yeah, that's possible. There's nobody doing any business in the West Wing technically this week. So maybe they were feeling comfortable enough to open up that little corner temporarily. Now that it's the recess. Yeah, that's cool. So I got to take you somewhere I hadn't taken you before. Even if it was only for like 50 feet. It's the thought that counts, yeah? That we get one more memorial clawed back from security. I just realized I haven't pedaled in a while. I've been able to coast. I coasted a lot down that hill, trying to avoid the people. So the construction's still going on here. There's those Jersey barriers, or as some of you said, K-rails. Jersey barriers, that's what they're called. And they're putting up a fence. Oh my gosh, they're putting up a whole other fence.
You filthy demonic demon! Huh?
Need water? Go get some water.
I'm John.
It looks like it looks like they're putting up a fence. So I don't know if you could make it out, but they put up wood, and they have they're building like another one of those little fences behind the Jersey barrier. So obviously they're going to put up some sort of barrier like we had. There you can see the presidential limos or Suburbans just sort of parked. There's nobody there. So I guess. All right, let's continue. Let's go up to the Capitol today, yeah? All right, new bike and new camera and new road. They're repairing 14th Street now, the continuation of the resurfacing we've seen going on Pennsylvania, 17th, Jackson Place, several other streets around the White House grounds. So we got a bunch of police cars up here, indication they might close the road either for a motorcade or a traffic stop or something else. Let's go check it out. Quite a few police cars. We could have a motorcade incoming or outgoing. The only person around to have a motorcade of this level would be the vice president. I don't think there's any foreign heads of state in town. It is a bit strange because this road I thought was closed. Yeah, it is. Could also be a drill. There's a guy out here though with an automatic weapon slung across his chest. And one down there as well. Well, interesting. Lots of police over there. We'll go see if the other entrances are similarly decked out. There could have been an incident, could have been an exercise, could be an activity about to take place, but I don't think a motorcade would come in that entrance right now, given that the road is filled with construction equipment. Washington Monument is still here, though apparently it did get zapped by electricity the other day. Big bolt of lightning hit it the other day, and they had to close the monument yesterday for repairs to the entry system, which I guess is the key codes or something got zapped by the lightning bolt. There's not much. Let's go up to the Capitol. Maybe we can find something up there. I want to go this way. All these roads are blocked. Blocked by stupid pop-up barriers. I'm going to have to go around, I guess. Got some barriers up there, I guess. Have to go down this way. So it looks like the parking area has been closed off. This is my favorite thing to do to cops. Don't ride your bike on the sidewalk and then point out, well then why is the bike rack on the sidewalk? It always drives them annoyed. There's the house side on this over here. And the dome and rotunda, and then the Senate side. It is pretty quiet indeed up here. A couple tourists out here taking pictures. I guess that is opened. This is the Capitol Visitor Center. It's closed right now. And let's see what's going on down here. I guess we can go out here. Pretty chill day. They're all supposed to come back the end of the month, I think. Like the first, after Labor Day usually. And then even then, it's like a week after Labor Day. Can't be bothered to come back right away. Some working dogs. Supreme Court. And it's closed. Oh, they took the fence down, so you can actually go up on the steps once again. That's been closed since January, but now that's reopened as well. You can climb the steps to the Supreme Court. I don't think you can get in right now. I think it's closed. And the court calendar is over for the year. In the old days, the justices would go out on circuit and ride around the different circuits and hear cases out in the countryside. They don't really do that very much anymore. Here we go. This is the Library of Congress Folger Shakespeare Library, and it's getting a major renovation. They're going to add like a outdoor area, clean up some of the indoor area. This is a library of just like Shakespeare. Yeah. It's part of the Library of Congress. And here we are on East Capitol Street, which has got some of the grand buildings on Capitol Hill. When originally designed, this was going to be the downtown DC. Oh, there's police cars over there harassing someone. But when they originally designed it, they thought that all the activity would be in the Congress and the downtown area would develop around Capitol Hill. So this is sort of laid out for a downtown. It's like grid, a tight grid, and everybody expected that the White House area would be where the residences were, and up here would be where all the businesses would open up. But it never really worked out that way. So this is now pretty much a residential area with a few smattering of businesses here and there. And the downtown area is what's developed around the White House. Where are we at? 6? So this is Eastern Market, the oldest farmers market still working in the district. On the weekends, it is a madhouse. It's actually filled with different craft booths, and food, and artsy-fartsy things. During the week, though, the inside market is where most of the activity is. So we'll go inside and get a sandwich. So this is the old farmer's market. I've been here before, we've seen it. Let's go get a sandwich.
How can I help you?
Yeah, can I get a fried chicken sandwich with...
Lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise?
So big.